These are the tools that you're going to need to complete this project. This is the lumber you'll need. This is the hardware you'll need. I'd recommend drawing out the design first. As you can see, the placing of where I'm going to put things changed once or twice. We're going to go shoot 3 sheets of plywood. So I'm going to fasten the first 2 together, and we're going to do that with sheetrock screws. We've made some lines going down the center here, so we're going to cut the tube in half, and it's going to be a bed or a cradle. Totally using the wrong saw for this. Alright. We have our 2 halves. Now to make this a little sturdier, I'm going to use the hot glue gun, and I'm going to glue these 2 together. So we're going to make the legs of this one 40 inches tall. So we're going to mark out 40 inches. We'll put 3 nails to hold on the legs. Kind of makes it a little easier, and then we'll nail them in and lag bolt. We're using the factory edge. I'm putting that down. Put that right in place to hold it. We're going to turn this over and it'll make like a table, and we'll just nail the heck out of it. So now I'm going to drill the pilot hole for the lag bolt that's going to go in there today. Drill that right down the middle. And this is so the wood does not crack or split when you're putting your lag bolt in. Alright, so now I've got my 3 lag bolts, and then I'll nail the heck out of it. And it is getting good and tight. Good. Now the very bottom one, go on top of that. Screw that down. Right, so the last step is going to be to shoot a couple nails in the bottom, just kind of angle them. If you have big fat cats like mine, you're going to need this extra nail. See? Too many nails, you do run the risk of splitting the wood. It's not as caution. Alright, we're going to take this carpet, we'll cut some holes in it. Slide that right over the top. Alright, we're going to shoot a few screws in here to hold that carpet in place on the top part. So we're ready to do the carpet on the bottom, but just like the other one, we're going to cut 45s in here, and we're going to staple this over, so we're going to pull it. So for here, we're going to cut 45 from here, back that way. Alright, so now this wraps around. And put a sheetrock screw right in there for a staple. Staple first. That's how we do a corner. So now we're going to make the hanging bed, so we need to cut off a little section of the round tube for the bed, and then we're going to take this We're going to cut this out to make the bottom. Alright, so this is what the finished product will look like, what we're going for. Alright, so we're at the point of where we're going to wrap this pole with this rope. Alright, so one small trick I've learned with wrapping the pole and the ease of wrapping the rope is if you keep it in the container. I cut the straps, still kept it in the bag, cut the straps, and it's pulling right out. Much easier, a lot less wrestling with the rope. So you're going to put that around each time. I'm just going to keep it going around like that. Get some knots, so I'm going to have to angle those. But definitely much easier keeping it in the bag. Alright, so one thing that I found that does make it easier when you're wrapping the legs is that so you start your carpet off, but you're going to have this little overlap over here. So I'm going to come back and trim this now, and then wrap it, and then trim the other side after the end. So just going to give it a... This part of the project, we're going to construct the hanging bed. This is Slider's favorite, and it's the round circle. It's been glued around here. It's screwed around the outside, and from here on out we're going to start gluing. When we're dealing with the round tubes, we're going to start using the glue gun. So I've cut out 2 carpet circles, one for the bottom, one for the top. The inside one's a little smaller, 2 different sizes. Chose hot glue because it's less toxic, it gives out less fumes. This really does carpeting, and we're going to start on the outside. And we're going to completely glue the outside and move it around, and it's pretty easy to do. So now we're fastening the outside of the tube, and we cut extra carpet. It wraps over, but we're going to take this, and I put extra glue right here on the corners to kind of hold this down. Cat tree is starting to take shape. You can see where it's going to lay out. We're going to have the one arch at the bottom. We're going to have the hanging bed in the middle, and then another bed up on top. So let's kind of eyeball this out and kind of see where we're going to keep our bed. So we'll put the bed there. That gives cat enough room. Let's put the bed down just to take a shape. We're going to be using some longer 1.5" sheetrock screws to fasten the hanging bed. Still won't go through. Alright, so now we're finishing up the first of the bottom tunnels, and you'll see I've got this strip blank in here, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. But let me show you how I'm going to finish off the corners. So what I did is I wrapped the carpet around, thoroughly glued it, and then when I got to the corners, I just put the hot glue in there and wrapped it up. The clamps come in handy, so we'll have to put that on our list of things you need. So what I was doing was just starting with that, putting the glue in the corner, squeezing it together, clamp on it, moving down to the next spot. Now on these tubes here, you're not limited to put in only carpet. You can put fabric, whatever, see some fluffy furs, all sorts of different things work on here. So what we're going to do to make this kind of cool and different inside is we're going to put it some fluffy white fur that we had. And we're just going to glue that in as well. Piece fits. carpet in there. We're good. Okay, so we're getting down to the very end down here, and we are running out of carpet that looks good that I want to use. I am using used carpet. So I'm going to piece this one in, but we can use different things. Like we can use the fur down the middle, other materials, other pieces of carpet. So this will be an exercise in piecing things together. I wanted to point out that it makes gluing a lot easier. So make sure you can see that. Is instead of making your glue, spreading it out like that, make sure to put it in, I don't know, pea-sized dots. The size of a pea. Glue stays hotter longer, and it just seems to dry and not adhere as well. So you want to make dots when you're gluing down both the carpet and the fabric. So inch short. I guess I can piece it all in. Let's piece that little piece right there. Got it. We are to the very, very last step, and that is to hang the very upper bed. Now look level, everyone. All right, here we go. Alright, there is one complete cat tree.